So in this video, I'm going to show you 10 cloud email marketing tricks that most business owners, most marketers, okay, have no idea that it actually exists. But before we dive into the list, okay, you may be wondering, why should you even trust me and watch this video? Okay, well, my name is Colin, and over the past 2 years, I've worked with over 100 plus clients on platforms such as MailChimp, HubSpot, Go High Level, and ClickFunnels. Plus, I've earned over 30K plus on Upwork by just building email marketing systems and copywriting engines for coaches, consultants, and course creators. Okay, plus I've been in the trenches for the past like 2 to 3 months, right? Researching in hours and hours, just researching and trying to figure out exactly what actually works in terms of AI email marketing, what works and what does not actually work. And in this video, I'm going to reveal everything to you. Plus, you're going to get the free, free folders, free skills that I actually use to create systems just like this one for my clients, right? And if you want them actually for free, just down in the link in the description, the first link, you're going to get the conversion newsletter. And the conversion newsletter, if you opt in there, you're going to get all the skills that I use to create this one. You see, as right here, you can see the subject line content text right there, right? Let me show you another project that you can actually see. So here is the email swarm, right? This one is the opt-in funnel where you can actually okay, so this one is the, okay, let me show you itself how exactly it's designed. So this one is the e-commerce email, the swarm email design engine. So let me zoom right here so that you can actually see. So right here, so you can see it. So this is just basically the email itself, right? So you can just opt in here, write whatever you want to write, and it will just edit it in the email right here. If you want to add some images, you can actually do it from the sidelines right here, right? If you want the text to go at the center, you can just actually do it. If you want the CTAs and stuff like that, maybe to be shaped like that, pills or probably soft corners, you can just actually, okay, so that's another engine. Let me show you another one. But by the way, you can actually download this into Figma editable HTML or just a PNG that you just actually want, right? Okay, let me show you another engine that I just made. Okay, so here is the email psychology, and this is just based on psychology of the email, right? So as you can see right here, you just tell it exactly what is the goal of your email, the target audience, the desired action, the product, and then the current draft, the additional, and then it's going to run an analysis for your emails actually for free, right? Now that's not all. That's not all. Let me show you another one real quick before we dive into the video, right? Just stick with me. Stick with me. All right, so let me show you another one. So we have the humanizer, we have the multiple AI systems. Okay, so let's go to the dark AI cold email tool, which is the copywriting tool. Right here, you're going to just input the screenshot of your email. It does not depend however MBs it is. You will just compress it, the subject line, the preview text, and they will run an analysis, right? Tell the goal of the campaign itself, it will run an analysis just like that, right? So let me show you another one, which is the humanizer, right? So you just upload an email, and then after you upload an email, it just helps you exactly humanize the email, identify any AI words. So right here you will paste the email, right here you will paste the goal of the email. For example, let's load an example right here and then analyze the copy. Now when you analyze the copy, it will tell you to enter your API key, and then you will save the key. So you will go to console.anthropic.com, and then right here you're going to create an API key for free, and then you're going to paste it right there. And then after you paste it, so for me, I don't have any API key, I haven't created it yet, but yeah, you're going to get all this. So this one doesn't need any API key. It's just going to analyze all the AI phrases for you, tell you exactly where they are and how you can actually structure. It's going to even highlight all the words that are AI in your email that you actually pasted, which is actually crazy. And then if you paste the API key, it's going to tell you the performance critic, and it's going to rewrite the email for you for actually for free. How crazy is that, right? So let's get into the video. Okay, now all these tricks are actually crazy, right? But trick number 10 is my best, is my favorite, because this trick is the exact trick that I use for all my clients, right? So it's a game changer, right? So here's the thing, okay? Before we get started, hit the like button and let's get into it. So first trick, okay, this is something I call the deep researcher. So most people just ask Claude for ideas, but that's exactly why the emails sound generic and they look robotic. Okay, so instead you need to feed Claude your niche. Tell it exactly how to act as a world-class customer researcher. Okay, for example, you tell it like, okay, so you are looking for 3 a.m. fears, like the pain points that people cannot go to sleep, right? It makes people not go to sleep without thinking of that. And those secret desires that those people are having, and the embarrassments and things that they cannot actually say out loud, those are the exact things that I want you to give it to me. And what ends up happening is that Cloud will just output that for you, right? Which is actually crazy, right? I know there are hundreds of other tools that can actually do deep research, but if you use Cloud, it's crazy because it can actually do deeper research, especially right now that we have all these other, like Sonnet is free, but we also have like Fable 5, which is actually crazy. And that leads us right into how we turn those insights that we actually get into Cloud, okay, how we turn those insights into content, into actual emails, which takes us to number two. Okay, trick number two is how you find unlimited ideas so you never hit writer's block again, so you have unlimited email ideas, right? So I use a specific format that I call the 10 magical ways to actually expand any single outline that I have. So for example, just have an idea, and how do I expand on it? Oh, I have a topic, how exactly do I expand on that, right? So we expand on that by using tips, stats, lessons, mistakes, and or even personal stories, right? So you just tell Cloud to actually expand it on these three things, right? And it will actually give you all of those on the same single topic, okay? So it's like taking one seed and growing a whole forest of high converting emails in just seconds, right? It's actually crazy, but it is what it is, okay? But even the best emails, if you write the best email, it's useless if nobody actually sees it, right? So that takes us to number three. That's why we have trick number three, and it's all about writing subject lines that actually get open. Now, for example, right here, let me show you real quick the subject line generator. We have the subject line generator right here, and I showed you in the beginning. It was the first thing I showed you, right? And this is a subject line generator. So right here, you can generate any subject line you want according to curiosity, benefit, storytelling, contrarian, fear, anything you want, transformation, prediction, question. It can be case study, it can be data, but maximum has to be 8 of them, right? So as you can see here, maximum angles at 8 at once. And then you can rewrite, okay, you can rewrite, okay, 5 beta tips for emails. You can rewrite, you can paste one subject line and then choose the direction, maybe make it more curious, maybe make it more emotional, shorter, longer, safer, bolder, more specific, more personal, stuff like that, right? And then you can come here for advice. So you can paste the subject line for a full diagnosis. So maybe is it curiosity? Does it have clarity? Is it specific? Does it have trust? And then you can see exactly how it scores. Okay, now here is the battle mode. Now here you can paste however subject lines you want, right? How many, however you want, and then you can like run it, like just see exactly which one is the best, which one is the winner, and then you're going to start the battle, and then it's going to give you. And then here is the A/B test lab, right? So this one, it gives the engine a topic or basic like a subject line. So you can give it, maybe you want to announce maybe a product, you want people to invite people in your event or something like that, and we'll actually build a test that it will actually give you the best output subject line you want, right? Now if you don't know exactly how to build benefit specific exclusivity like subject lines from this, you have an explainer right here just for you, right, giving you exactly the definition of it, the science, the examples of, you know, subject lines that you can use, the common mistakes, when to use that in the email and when not to use it, right? The formula library, so you have formulas of different specific subject lines. So for example, how to, you have 5 of them. So how to, how I, a simple way to, how type person can outcome, mistakes, just like that, right? And then you have a swap file. So right here you can add all the subject lines that you actually want, right, and create your own swap file right there, right? So that's how exactly you can do it. So the secret here is asking Cloud to focus on curiosity gaps, as I showed you, right? And that's exactly how, right? Just use the tool that I just showed you right there to create the best thing for you. Now, trick number 4. Here is the thing, okay? Once your email is actually open, you don't want people to just delete the email or log off the email, okay? You want them to keep reading, okay? So trick number 4 actually is called the brevity blade. Now, what does that exactly mean? Here is the thing. You tell Cloud to remove the fluff and keep the punch so the message stays sharp and mobile friendly. Now, you might be asking me, Colin, are you telling me Cloud is going to write my email and stuff like that? No, I mean just you're going to write the email, but probably it's going to help you make this the copy stronger, right? So, or maybe shorter. So people are busy. So if you you can say more with few words, you can win, right? So you can make it shorter. You can make the email shorter by using Cloud. Okay. And speaking of winning emails, let's talk about the part that actually makes you money, which is the emotional part, right? So here comes the trick number 5, which is fixing those wimpy call to actions, okay? The weak CTAs that kill your conversions, right? So instead of just saying maybe click here, you can ask Cloud to rewrite the CTA, the weak CTAs that you have, to focus on the emotional payoff. Okay, now you want your reader to feel like they are stepping into a better versions of themselves and not just clicking a link. Okay, it's a small tweak, but it takes or it makes a massive difference in your click-through rate, right? You just want people to actually feel like whenever I click this link, the next side of it is it's a transformation. It's me getting the outcome that I actually want, right? Instead of just okay, click the link here. Okay, so number six, which is the actual the perfect trick. This is called the massive time saver for anyone who creates content, right? So you can literally paste a YouTube transcript into Cloud and ask it to pull out the controversial points or the pain points or the main points that you can actually use that to create a high value newsletter or high value email in just 60 seconds. Okay, it's the ultimate way to repurpose your best content or your best ideas without starting from scratch, which is actually great, right? And if you're already doing that, you might as well use the trick number seven to dominate into social media too. So you can use the you can ask Cloud to turn your best emails into punchy like X posts or LinkedIn cursors or Substack post or notes or something like that. So one idea into multiple platforms, and then you just like zero effort. Like, how do you know which ideas are actually worth recycling? Here's exactly how. That's where trick number 8 comes in. Okay, you feed Cloud your best performing emails, right? So I feed Cloud my best performing emails and ask it to analyze the specific voices, the structure, the tone that has actually worked, and then it builds me a custom style guide so I can replicate that magic or that tone or that voice exactly over and over and over again in all the other emails. Okay, you can stop guessing and start using proven system. Now, for example, let me show you an email right here. So I have an email from Alex Amuzi, and in all his emails, he uses just one type of format, and this format is the PSO. Now, what does the PSO mean? So PSO, it means the problem. So he introduces a problem and tell you if you find yourself constantly capacity limited in a service business. So this is like a problem, identifying the problem, and then it's giving you a solution. So right here is giving you all the solution to that problem, right? And then at the end he's giving you an offer. So what does that mean? This means, okay, problem, okay, and then solution right here, and then after the solution right here he gives you the offer. So we go over a lot of things like this at our scaling workshop, which is you are a 1 million plus business owner. You can go here and check it out, blah 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 blah, and then when you click that, you just land right here into the workshop, right? Which is actually crazy, right? So problem, solution, offer, which is actually crazy. And how did I know about that? Easy, just taking it, putting it into Cloud, and then we'll replicate the formula, tell you the structure, tell you the tone, and you can stop guessing and start using proven systems, right? Proven formulas. Now, trick number 9 is how you build a full sales sequence while you sleep. Now, people know that like AI tools like Cloud are very, 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 very salesy, right? They can create an email that is actually very, very, very salesy, which is actually great. So if you want to build just a sales sequence of your email, you can just ask Cloud to build a 5 email flow that covers everything from the initial hook to the final close. Okay, just about probably this topic, that topic, and that topic. And guess what? Cloud is going to just actually do it, and it's going to include everything you actually want. Now, here's the unfair advantage. This is the banger that I've been telling you about. Okay, this one is called the competitor spy. Right now, Cloud can actually help you, steal your competitor's email strategy, their whole strategy. How? By just pasting the emails. Just tell Cloud, because in Cloud you can actually let me show you real quick. So when you go to Cloud right here, so probably this is the new, you can connect Cloud to your Gmail, and whenever you create you connect it to your Gmail, you can tell it to actually see what emotional stems emerge from the email conversation that you have, to look through your emails and identify something that is important. Tell it to go to a specific creator like maybe Alex Amuzi and analyze all his emails or 10 of his top emails and to identify their strategy. How exactly are their strategies, right? And it's going to go into Gmail and do the exact same thing and bring you everything that it has found out, right? So it's going to reveal their hooks, it's going to reveal their targeting, it's going to reveal their weaknesses, so you can do it 10 times better or 100 times better. Okay, so it's not about copying, it's about outsmarting the market and knowing exactly what works in the market so that you can actually replicate it. Okay, so those are the 10 tricks that changed everything for my clients. Okay, and if you want to see exactly how I use these workflows, how I use these tricks to drive sales for my clients, you need to be in my newsletter, because the conversion newsletter is actually free. The link is in the description. In there, I break down strategies, workflows, storytelling, okay, AI systems, the skills that I provide every single day. So anything that I don't break down in this YouTube channel, I break it down in there. Okay, so go ahead, join us in there. There are almost like 40 people in there, which is actually great. So I will see you in the next video. Hit the like button. Okay, make sure you join in the Insider Conversion newsletter. It's actually free. Okay, so yeah, see you in the next one. Peace out.